Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, sure. Chris Chocolate, I'm happy to be here. I like all this chocolate. This is like...
Are you thinking about new gear? You can feel that?
I mean, I've got a couple tripods, but I like this. I like that one. Let's talk, guys. Talk to me.
I mean, Lucius is fine. Yeah, we're going to support that and also
we're going to see, when we get back, we're going to see that Lucius is a little bit out of sorts with the corruption at Wayne Enterprises. So he kind of leans over to the GCPD side to try to help Bruce on another angle. And then at GCPD, we start to see just his development into the Lucius that creates the gadgets, the Lucius that perhaps will be the CEO one day if we are blessed with that many seasons. And so we're just starting to see the baby steps of Lucius becoming Lucius and getting better at being Lucius. I'm gonna give you a wink on that.
What? We actually saw him going undercover,
going into the fold.
I know, so that was
out of character for Lucius.
A big thing. Are we gonna actually see that again, or is he gonna try to step back and stay on the kind of on the front?
I think he's going to choose when to go in more wisely than the last time.
It didn't go so well for him.
It was, I mean, we made it, barely. And I think that now he's finding his way into more of his roles. And especially as Bruce becomes Bruce, which is going to start to shift into that. Lucius can now be more of a support instead of the guy going to the future. But when they need Lucius, they come.
So how much did you know, and this is probably an old question, but it's my first time in the room. How much did you know about the Gotham world before you started?
I myself love comic books. Granted, I'm more of a Marvel person, but you always, even as a Marvel person, you have an idea of what's going on in the DC world because you want to talk trash about it.
Yeah.
But you can't. But with Batman, you never really could talk trash. Batman and Superman, it's like the supplementary characters. You're like, oh, that's stupid. That's just a ripoff. But Batman and Superman, they're the best. Like, they are the best superheroes out there. They're like the OGs. And so I knew a lot about the world of Gotham, especially once I started to get older and go into graphic novels, because they're just delicious. And I also love the DC animated world. I think that's the best of the best. It's just insane how good they are. So you just kind of get all the supplemental stuff and you realize, oh my God, I know so much about these worlds because I'm still 4 years old.
So what's the one thing you're most looking forward to doing in season 4?
Well, I'm looking forward to, for the scope of the show is getting to the Court of Owls and seeing how they affect everything. I'm looking forward to the villains. I'm looking forward to everybody becoming the terrifying and awesome versions of themselves, which is the awesome thing about Gotham is we're in the middle. Nobody knows about the middle. We always see everybody who's the best Batman, the best Lucius. We're seeing really terrible Luciuses who like, I don't know what this bomb is. But you know, the older Lucius would be like, I've got this, let me just, but
cut the yellow wire.
Exactly, but it's like you see them develop the skills to become themselves, which is the fun of this show because we're kind of like fumbling around and lucking into victories while the villains are really doing a good job right now. I talked a lot of that. That was a monologue. You guys got a monologue.
No, we like monologues, especially when you give us spoilers.
What else?
What's been your favorite scene to film as Lucius so far? I guess that you can talk about.
Easy. My favorite scene to film with Lucius is the first season. Oh my God. You see that? That's big time. Big time. Favorite scene was with my first scene with Alfred. Easy. And actually, he had just come from Comic-Con, however many years ago. He was exhausted, and we had our like 6-page face-off intro to each other, and it was such a delicious time. And we still talk about that day. It was a great day of work, and that's still my favorite to this day.
As a comic book geek, what is it like for you to actually be here and be one of these people?
It's fun. It's fun. Like, I guess I'm meeting like people who've been doing this for 10, 12 years and they're like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like, not me. I still got the energy. Like, this is the reason we're employed. How can you not be happy about how fun it makes people's day. It gives them a respite from our world right now. So I think it's fantastic what we get to do and that we get to talk about this right now. in this moment even.
And will Lucius ever get a chance to like kind of like throw down in a big fight?
If I got anything to say about it, yeah, Lucius, because I studied jiu-jitsu. I want to show the world that I can choke somebody out. Yeah, but
I mean, that's one of the things we don't actually know much about Lucius. This Lucius, you've always seen
old Lucius, yeah, we don't know much about him. He's not much of a fighter. Not that he can't fight, he chooses not to fight. But maybe we'll find out why that is.
Maybe it's because he's always winning them too quick.
You know I'm too good at fighting? I think you're right. Lucius is so good at fighting that he has to like back off and leave room for us. That's not true.
Do you ever resist the temptation to look at the Christopher Nolan Batman? Look what Morgan's doing, so you kind of know where you're headed.
Well, I'm not headed there. The thing is, let me tell you the dilemma, right? Morgan is he's Morgan Freeman. And so whatever he plays, we think the character is him. He's not God, he's a version of God. He's not Lucius, he's a version of Lucius. And so I'm not going his way, yet he did a really great job. And also with Lucius, with all these characters, we're all going in the same direction. You're kind of limited once you get to a certain spot, because that's how they're portrayed. And so like, we have done similar things, but only because we're two people that read the scripts and go, oh, that's what it's telling me to do. But I do love the Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Have he told you what the...
It's film. It's like, it's not a movie, it's something else. It's something else. I'm sorry.
I'm assuming the answer is no, but have you told
I'm
you...
just say no then. You already said it. You created that reality.
But I mean, I gotta go there.
Go for it.
Have they told you what the 5-year plan is and what he teaches?
They have not told me the 5-year plan. I don't even think they know the 5-year plan.
Okay. And then,
How many episodes are you in this show? You pretty much
I'm just super regular, and the way all of us work, there's a lot of regulars on the show, is when they need us, they use us. And they're very good at following the creative arc instead of the contractual arc, which is exciting actually to be a part of that. You'd think it'd be a bummer, but it's really great to be like, they're following what they want to write as opposed to what the business dictates. It makes the best product.
and do you get any screen time with Fish this year?
I've hung out with her, but we haven't filmed anything together yet.
So one of the best things about a lot of those characters, including Alfred and Bruce, is that even though they're good guys, and Gordon, but some of their best times is when they're within the world of Shades of Grey. Is Scott's going to be doing these Shades of Grey, is he going to be doing anything slightly shady to get what he needs to, find out what's been going on at Wayne Enterprises?
Lucius he's not much of a Shades of Grey person. I mean, it's even like to the point where he just left Wayne Enterprises for a little bit because he's like, that's gross, it's getting dirty, I'm gonna go do something else. And I think he's just trying to find that like ideal path.
He's the compass.
He's the compass. He's like our Noah. He's our guy we want to like, okay, that's good. Where's everybody at compared to him?
That's good. We need somebody.
You gotta have a straight line to know what's crooked. That was good, guys.
Not in this world. Everyone's a shade of gray.
But how do you know what gray is
If you don't know
have
what,
white?
yeah.
You don't have the purity.
Like this.
Because if everybody's crazy, everybody's sane. You gotta have a sane person.
Well, everyone in this world is crazy.
Not at all. I totally disagree. Not everybody. Barnes isn't even crazy. He's kind of a hard edge, but he's not crazy. He's like,
He's crazy to be a hard edge in this world.
well, that's just opinion. We're playing a game of literature now. I read as well.
What's your favorite Marvel and DC character? You got to pick two. One.
One from Marvel, one from DC. The Dark Knight. And, man, Marvel, that's tough. I'm going to go with the Hulk. Normally I go with Wolverine, but I'm going to go with the Hulk.
Okay. Why you say the Hulk?
Because we're similar.
In what ways would you say
In that I'm a very calm and kind person until I'm nervous.
that? Don't want to see you angry.
I mean, you might want to see it. You might. I mean, we're all crazy in this world. We might want to see it. I don't get angry often, but it's like even I'm like, what am I doing? This is insane. This is insane. I'm gonna tell you a story because why not? One time, she might tell me to stop. One time I was walking with my lady in California and we were leaving the store and I was sick and somebody screamed something. He said something and it sounded like sexual harassment towards my lady and I was like, but I was sick and a little like nuts, so I handed her my stuff, which usually means it's about to go down. Like, hold my stuff, keep my ID just in case I end up somewhere I shouldn't end up. And I handed it to her and I went over to the young man. I don't know what I was thinking, and I said a very threatening thing to him that I'm never gonna say on tape. And he went, what? And he took off all his stuff. And his crew was like behind him, like, that was crazy what you just said. And he was like, you don't say that to somebody. And I was like, no, you don't. But I was like, already my neck was swollen. I was like 2 sizes larger. And then I like walked away, came back and went, you know what, I'm sorry. I said, I was a crazy person just. And the guy went, wait, what? And I said, I was wrong. He went, oh, okay.
Sorry guys, I gotta
That's really cool. We gotta go.
So,
But there was never a fight. I want you to know.
you walked up to him and said, I'm mother.